pastor of the church, leading ushers the gospel of Jesus Christ. And, she took me in, and I went to church with them, and I heard the word, the teaching. So not too long after I moved up here, just kept living, but not really living for what I was told. The grandma came, she told me the gospel. She said, this is the only way that you're going to find freedom. This is the only way that you're going to, find what you're looking for. Right? I heard it, but I kept going like this. It's been rough for me. I'm 30 now, 12 years long. Come up here, just started working, and in the midst of a family, money's been issues for all of us, and just so much stress on everybody because just fighting and struggling, thinking that we've got control over the things that go on in this life, and that we can handle it on our own. For me, that was like a big thing. I got control of this. Who takes care of me? I go to work, I pay the bills, I do this, of course, giving all the glory to myself. And just was living in misery for a few years, just dead, after hearing the gospel for the first time. And I met this guy. Well, I met Nick. He's in Hawaii now. I don't know if you guys know Nick.
Probably not.
And so I started working for this company, I'm right. Was there for a while when Evan comes along. Me and this guy worked. He's seen me at my worst. He's like seen me just wig out over anything, all the little small things, and just cussing him and dogging him out, just living so foul, but not even understanding it. And this guy shows me so much love, a love that I can't comprehend from nothing. This is beyond me. This is beyond me. Where did this come from? I'm too rough around the edges for you to be getting all soft on me and stuff. But here he is, and he keeps loving me and telling me about Jesus and God, and just poured it and pounded it into me for all this time, and still, and witness miracles on top of it. Witness miracles. Just witnessed some wild stuff with him, just praying over people healed, demons, firsthand. And still, laughed in faith and just was like, man, I've got this. My pride, I'm so proud. It's a proud person. God buckled me to my knees. Evan and Nick got calling me to come to church. Just, giving me an invite to show up. This is my calling. This was Jesus saying, look, you've done everything the way that you wanted to do it for these 30 years, and it's not working. People now they're reaching out randomly. When I'm wanting to go do one thing, they're in my way because they're calling me to do this. It's like, wow, why am I doing this? But now that I see it, it was a really hard calling. Like, no matter where I went in my life, there was always somebody that was trying to block me from going this route, that I was on. They was trying to get me back on the right track. They was trying to get me following. And so I got locked up, and I felt like it was unjust. I still do, it's one way or the other. The people that I went to jail by, I forgive them. I've wronged them in life. I asked them to forgive me. So I went to jail, and when I got out, there wasn't nobody to call that I could think of that could really help me out of the situation. But this is a guy I've been cussed for everything in the world, told him, many bad things, so I called him, and it's on Easter Sunday. And he drops everything, and he told me on the way here, I just told him, I was like, I've been with for a while, and I just want you to have it. I want what you have. I want that peace. I want that, I want to be able to forgive people as easy as you've forgiven me. And not hold me accountable, because for me, I'm a very angry person, and I just so badly wanted to not feel these just evil emotions anymore. Just these demons in my life that are just taking over and stopping me from being able to possess this thing. Jesus. point, I was like, I've tried everything, and I'm failing miserable at everything in life on my own. Just so weak in mind. I thought I was so strong. Like I thought I was that dude. Like I'm unstoppable. I can fight hard. Everybody beat me. I'm going to hustle. I'm smart. I got everything going on for me. And really, I was laughing so bad, and I was just broke down. Like, what do I got to lose? And there was a little bit of faith there at that point that I was just like, man, something's got to give. Something's got to shake. I believe whatever he tells me that is what brought him to that point in his life where he's able to just love that hard. I want that. And I had that. Came out here to that dock, and it was Jed, Nick, Evan, and a few other people.
Kristen.
Yeah. And man, there was people, they were prophesying over me. After I came out of the water, they casted out demons, and just the whole experience was so wild. When all said and done, everything was brand new. Everything was brand new. I mean, everything was brand new. It's like, man, just things that I've felt for years. Work injuries, stab wounds, injuries, just pain. I had a gut problem from a lot of years, and gave me a lot of trouble for a lot of time. Couldn't hardly get up in the morning to go to work. She knows it. She's seen it. He's witnessed it. Man, it's freedom. I found peace. I found real true peace in it. Family was rough. Family's always a rough thing. Sometimes it was for me. But now, I have family where my family wasn't so much for me. And it's rough now. The roughest things in my life was just one. That's one thing that I've been around that I see just the way that I felt. And I identify with it as to where before I was so lost and I couldn't understand why I felt that way. It's very clear now that it was just that I was following the wrong one. I was playing on the wrong team, and I like to win. So I like to win. So I said yes, and dude, I'm going to continue saying yes. I'm going to keep showing up. I went to jail because I said no to Jesus Warehouse. I went to jail. So many bad things have happened in my life when I said no. So I have a choice today, and I just choose to continue to say yes. Yes, whatever you ask. You say go, I'm going to go. Sometimes I might not feel like it, but I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up. I don't have to come with bells ringing and all the time. We get tired. So wild to me. That was one of the biggest things in my life. I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I got to borrow some money from this guy. I'm struggling. And, now it's, I budget my money a little bit better. Still ain't got no money, but it goes a little further. But there's no stress about it. There's no stress about it. We ain't got to worry about where we're going to eat. We ain't got to worry about where we're going to sleep. We got to, it's took care of. As long as I don't get greedy and want too much and more of the wrong things. I want more of the right things now. And with more of the right things, you get more of the things that you want. And that's the way that I kind of see it right now. Is I wanted all these other things, but they were the wrong things to want. And now that I want what He wants me to want, everything else is available. And it's
Feels like a long time.
wild encounters the past month. Had one last night at the Sphinx, man.
Jesus Warehouse didn't give me enough.
Huh?
Jesus Warehouse didn't give you enough. You had to get some more, huh?
We stop at the Sphinx, just gonna grab something before we get to the house. We're at the four-way right there, and when I go in, there's this guy, and he's messed out. He's just out there. He ain't harming nobody, but he's getting on the clerk's nerves. You can tell she's just had it, and he just and I went and I just happened to look at some watermelon and talk to myself. I was like, oh, $5 for a little cup of watermelon, and I said it out loud, and I was like, oh, never mind, I won't get that. So the guy was like, what's that? What you need? And he was just all over the place. So he goes and he looks at the watermelon, and he grabs it and he throws it up on the counter. And I'm like, man, you don't got to do that. And he was like, oh man, So he's paying with his food stamp. He's got an EBT card. He's in there. He's got about $10 worth of pennies laid out on the thing for gas. And he's just all over the place. But but he asked the cashier, and she's just trying to get him on and go. He's like, can I get some of them bowls that are back there? So he gets it, and he opens up the watermelon, busts it in half, and gives me some, and mentions the where he multiplied the bread and the fish, where Jesus, fed all these people, and I'm just like, I'm just kind of like blown away. Oh, Jesus loves you, man. And I was like, thank you, for breaking bread with me. And I love you, brother. And it was just a dope thing, I really wanted in that moment, all I could do was just, throw a little bit of encouragement, a couple of words out there, because he was befogged. He was befogged, he wouldn't have
Befogged.
He was a little bit
bewitched.
Yeah, he was
Befogged.
he was going. But just, and I don't know, it touched me. It touched me, in a sense, like, and I just went to pray for him. It was just like, I don't know, so many wild encounters.